Hello, Inez Singletary, Mini Moons Astrology here. I am coming to you live. So, I want to talk to you about the new moon solar eclipse that's coming up on September 1st of this year, 2016, and it will be 9 degrees of Virgo. So, what is the lunar eclipse? What does it mean, or solar eclipse? If I say lunar, I mean solar. What does that mean in our lives? Astronomically, we have a new moon, sun and moon. That always means the sun and moon are together, same sign, same degree. At the eclipses, it conjuncts one of the nodes. And if it's a full moon, then one of them is going to conjunct each node. North node, south node. North node is known as the dragon's head. The south node is the dragon's tail. So since this new moon is at the north node position, we want to follow the ideas that Virgo tells us. And that's where we want to focus. It's like if you want to advance, so to speak, or if you want to enter the forest in the place that is darkest for you, you'll go into that Virgo area. And you'll look at your health. If your health is, there may be really important and good information in there for you. So you might want to look at that. As the north node goes, as the dragon's head goes, the tail has to follow. That's why we focus on the nodes. But we know that maybe we're off kilter a little bit if we're allowing ourselves to give into emotional nebulousness, free-floating anxiety. You know, if we allow ourselves to just not feel good, then we may be doing a south node thing. We want to go to the north node. We want to have a sense of well-being. We want to cultivate that by our thoughts and our deeds and taking care of business, basically. Virgo is the sign of work as well as health. Okay, so when you have so much influence in Virgo, not only do we have the sun and the moon and the north node, but we also have Mercury and Jupiter conjunct in Virgo at 28 degrees. So that's 4 planets plus a pointer in Virgo. That's the time a lot of us are going to get into worry mode, because what happens with the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, is that this is a time of plasticity. Okay, so things can feel really unstable, and we can feel really confused, and we can feel like we're making a lot of mistakes, but that's just because the fluidity or the plasticity or the flexibility is giving us an opportunity to learn and to do things differently. Again, North Node, Virgo, we want to do what is at our hand. So if you got business to take care of, paperwork, do that. Pay attention to those details. You might also tell yourself God is in the details. Okay? And that means to me that you pay attention to doing it right according to your standards or your desires, and not to be too anal with that, okay? But you want to pay attention. You want to be doing that. You want to be giving your extra to make it extra, okay? That would be following the North Node. So you have the nodes, and then you have, for this particular new moon solar eclipse, the square from Saturn and Mars in Sagittarius. So I call Saturn and Mars together the mean daddy. It can be like that militaristic, strict father figure, and it does not have to be just, it doesn't have to be a male. It can be anyone that sort of does that. And also, when you have a square between the ascendant, Virgo, and the 4th house, Sag, that also indicates how we are in our own inner lives. So the Sagittarius in the fourth house can mean, absolutely, for Virgo, this is the place where we want to grow. We want to, our family is important to us. We want to prove things maybe to our family, or be acceptable, or, see what a good boy, girl I am. And also, though, we have taken some of this stuff inside. And so there may be a part, so let's say there's the Virgo part of you who's offering your work and service. And then there's the Sagittarius in the fourth house part of you that's saying, what you've got to offer ain't all that good. There's better out there, or whatever, whatever messages will make you not feel good. So you don't want to be giving those messages sway. You want to practice faith. And the practice to me speaks about the Virgo part. The faith part speaks about the Sagittarius, and the Pisces. Mercury and Gemini are ruled by, Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury. Pisces and Sagittarius are ruled by Jupiter. So the Mercury is more the intellect, the Jupiter is more the optimism and the faith. So we want to make sure that we are, to the best of our ability, allowing ourselves to have some faith. And we have it by practice. If you don't practice, then things scare you and, blow you out of the water or throw you off target. So you want to practice. You want to say, I'm disallowing that thought because that thought's telling me I'm not enough. Can't be thinking it right now. Okay. And a good practical exercise I think a person can do with this new moon solar eclipse in Virgo is to create or designate a pretty box or jar, any kind of container, and call it a God box or a God jar. And what you do is you write down your concern. I need a new apartment. I need a way to pay this bill. Anything that you want, write it down on that piece of paper, fold it up, and put it in the box. You are doing something really practical. Now, part of you may say, oh, that's not practical. No, it's practical because it's physical. So you're writing it down, that's physical. You're folding it up and you're putting it in this box. That's physical, and that symbolizes letting go. So you've put it in the box to let it go, to let God take care of the details. Florence Scovel Sheen quotes the Bible with God saying, I have ways ye know not of. And if you've ever had anything come together in a seemingly miraculous way, and you could not have tended to those details yourself, then you've had experience with the divine in that way. So worry free as best as possible, and have a good new moon with renewed energy and focus and health and well-being. Till next time, bye.